All right, we got 9 holes in 9 minutes, where you guys get a nice 9-minute video of me playing 9 holes out here at the beautiful Ritz-Carlton Members Club in Sarasota, Florida. It's hot and steamy, but let's see what we can shoot today.
If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. Starting off the day with a 395-yard par 4, bunkers down the right and left-hand side, but driver usually takes it out of play. Hit a little bit of a fade in the right-hand rough.
My handicap right now is a plus 0.2, so pretty much scratch, and hopefully this video lets you guys know kind of how scratch golfers shoot. We don't go out and shoot even par every single time. Sometimes it could be 80, sometimes it could be 70, sometimes 75. So a nice honest golf today. Let's have some fun. 97 playing 101, just a 60 degree here. Ball travels far. I think the greens are firm, so just trying to land this thing about 95 and hopefully it'll bounce back there.
I like the way how I went about this shot, but the one thing I did not consider was the wind. It was really downwind, so I caught a jumper here and it went long. Tough little chip here, downhill, down green, feeding away from me. Hit a nice chip, just landed it too far and have about 25 feet up the hill for par. Just miss it, we'll tap in for Bogue.
First hole is kind of always a telltale sign to me how I'm feeling, especially not really necessarily how the round's going to go. Felt a little amped up, swung a little too hard there. Made a bogey, but we're going to settle in now, start the player game.
The second hole I usually have trouble with. I don't know why. It's a pretty wide open hole. Trying to start a cut off the right hand side of that left bunker, and I do just that.
It's 140 pin, but long is absolutely dead on this hole. Front edge is 115. I'm playing like a 120 shot, full sand wedge.
I'm really trying to slow down my tempo with every single one of my shots. With this sand wedge, it starts right at the hole, but then draws a little bit, ends up about 55 feet away. Happy I'm on the green, but have a long uphill putt that just does not break at all.
Okay. It's kind of exactly what we want after making bogey on the first. Fairway, green, 2 putt, get out of there with par, keep moving on.
Hole 3 is a par 3, 185 yards today into the wind. I have a 7-iron, and I do have the tendency to aim to the right, and that's what I do here. Just leave the face open slightly.
Definitely missed on the correct side.
Luckily, I have a ton of green to work with, trying to hit a shot that lands in the fairway and rolls down, but it catches a little bit too much steam and rolls out to the front of the green. I had this thing moving left to right, but it broke a little bit too much on me, and I'll tap in for Bogue. Par 3s are definitely something I need to improve on.
Same sort of shot as number 2. Start it kind of over that left bunker and have it fade back into the middle of the fairway.
Trying to move on from the last hole, really focusing on my target and being deliberate about staying in posture, and I hit a really nice one there.
214 pin, but only 192 to cover that bunker. Got 6-iron, it's roughly a 205 club, so it should be good with this wind.
Whenever I'm in the go zone in a par 5 and 2, my only consideration is where's the fat part of the green. I want to get it on the green, give myself a 2-putt for birdie, and get out of there. I did exactly what I wanted to do, have a long putt up the hill, 4 eagle breaking right to left, and this thing was on a really good line, just not enough pace.
There's a bounce back. This hole is weird. I go back and forth on what to hit on it every time I play it, but usually I just go back to a 7-iron. It doesn't really matter if it's into the wind, downwind. My 7-iron out there gives me a wedge, especially back to that right pin.
I happen to really like this hole. It's a wide open fairway, just a good hole to focus on a nice smooth iron swing.
Yep, kind of in between clubs, especially because I'm into the wind. I'm gonna go gap wedge, which goes about like 130. Stay a little bit left of it, middle of the green again.
My alignment looks a bit better on this shot, and I hit it exactly where I want it to, just left of the pin, but there's a lot of wind up there and it does get caught up. Comes up short, but I'm in the fairway, not on the green. I elected to putt this one through a significant amount of fairway, more than I'm usually comfortable with. A huge right to left breaker. I was able to dial in the speed pretty well and clean this thing up for my par. A big misconception about the handicap system is that what your handicap is what you're going to shoot every time. So if I'm a scratch handicap, I'd go out and shoot even par every time. That's just not true. Handicap is what you would shoot on your best day. So on my best day, I'd probably shoot around par. But there's some days where I'd shoot high 70s, some days where I'd shoot low 70s, maybe even touch 80. So it's what you'd shoot on a good day. It takes your 8 best out of your last 20 scores. So it just shows you it's not what your average is. Temp tee box, so playing off turf, can't really tee it up here. I'm gonna hit a 3-wood out there. Weird using the temporary tee box here. Couldn't put a tee in it, so I elected to hit 3-wood. Really nice smooth swing. Put me about in the fairway where I'd be with the driver from the back tees. 205 uphill into the wind. This is a really hard green to hit into. It's fairly firm and has a narrow entrance point. I overcooked this one. Really feel my hands and arms get ahead and I hook it left. Now to the part of my game that is so hit or miss, my chipping around the green. I hit this one exactly where I wanted to, just don't give it enough juice, and it comes up short for the double chip. Can't be hitting 2 chips on a single hole, just not ideal. This one checks up on me and ends up just short of the pin. The last thing I want to do is walk away with bogey from having an iron into a par 5, but
that's unfortunate.
Like that.
It's playing really long right now, about 194. And I'm gonna hit a 7. It's because front is 175. I just want to get it on. It's our goal.
I haven't really seen the tees back this far on this hole. I'm hitting a 7 iron, kind of into a left to right breeze. Again, I overcook it left.
Just want to commit to a chip here.
Couldn't put the camera behind me on this one, but just trying to give myself a good chip shot here. Redemption over the last hole.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I hit a good one. I'm pretty happy with this. Moving left to right slightly, I left this clip full because I want you guys to see my full putting routine. Let me know if you think I need to change anything, but I try to stick to this and remain fairly consistent with every single putt that I hit.
That's big. This hole just doesn't fit my eye at all, especially with drivers. So you know what I do? I say, screw it, no driver, hit a 4 iron. This thing goes about 240, especially when I hit it good. And that is plenty on this hole, and we just want to be in play. If you're struggling, if you don't like a certain hole, just take a club you're confident with. Don't risk losing a ball.
Similar to hole 5, I like hitting iron on this hole, especially when the wind is acting weird. It gets real narrow up there with driver. And absolutely smoked this 4 iron. There's nothing better I could have done.
Got 172 to the pin, little downwind, taking pitching wedge nice and smooth. Front of the green's 150, pitching wedge goes about 160-ish. So it should be a perfect number. Staying left of the flag.
I've been trying to prioritize hitting a fade with my irons because my miss tends to be an overcooked draw and it's super hard to control. This one comes off the toe and just doesn't have enough juice to get there.
Just got a sandwich trying to bump this thing up there.
I'm hitting sandwich, trying to drive it low, and this thing just spins on me. It was kind of weird, uphill a little bit. Broke way more left than I thought, and I'm leaving myself another tester for a par. I knew this was moving right to left, and the greens out here don't break a ton, so I played about right edge, but this thing breaks more than I thought, and another bogey based on a bad chip.
This is another hole. It's a tough driving hole. Here I'm going to go with my fairway finder, tee it low, and play my cut. Usually it goes pretty straight. Straight into the wind today, so try to finish on a high note here.
As I said, I'm not in love with this hole based off the look off the tee. Trying to hit a fairway finder, but really bad driver swing.
Terrible swing, but it's fine. God awful tee shot and a mud ball. Got to keep it low under this tree, but hit it 185 yards. So got an 8 iron. Hopefully it stays below the tree.
I wish I could give you some insight on what was going through my head, but I wasn't thinking anything besides swing hard and don't hit the tree. Had an 8 iron. I think it might have clipped the top of the tree, but it had mud on the right side of the ball and went long.
Miracle, I got it up here.
Really happy where this ended up based on my tee shot. Long putt, 60, 70 feet, breaking left and breaking right. Really just focusing on speed and trying to get it up there close.
That is really good. So I believe that's a +3, 3 over. Didn't feel like I hit it that bad. Just some mental mistakes, but we always keep it real on the channel. If you guys are new, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys out here next week for another 9 holes and see if we can do any better.